Hello, you're on to Nationwide, reaching you live on the network service of the NTA. I am Joseph Johnson. Thanks for joining us. In furtherance of the Buhari administration's gas utilization agenda aimed at ensuring effective utilization and monetization of the nation's gas resources, an integrated gas handling facility as well as liquefied petroleum gas storage and dispensing plants have been inaugurated. The waste-to-wealth facility situated at Oredo, Edo State is to, amongst others, support efforts at eliminating flare gas and process over 200 million standard cubic feet of lean gas to the domestic market per day. President Muhammadu Buhari, who performed the ceremony virtually, described the epoch-making event as promise delivered. State House correspondent Adam Musambo has details.
At the turn of the year 2020, this administration made solemn declarations to the Nigerian public.
The promise was to expand the gas sector footprints by scaling up the development and utilization of Nigeria's abundant natural gas resources. This is to, amongst others, help to spur industrialization, provide clean and efficient energy for transportation and household use, as well as increase the nation's exports into the international market. And on this backdrop, 2020 was embodied Nigeria's year of gas.
Since then, we have followed through with actions that have translated those plans into tangible projects with monumental value additions to the Nigerian economy. I commend the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation for completing this project that is surely supportive of this administration's drive to bring prosperity and comfort to the Nigerian people. The integrated gas handling facility project will also support the ongoing drive towards providing alternative auto fuel under the Natural Gas Expansion Program initiative.
Apart from being the largest onshore liquefied petroleum gas plant in Nigeria, with the potential of supplying about 20% of Nigeria's liquefied petroleum gas demand, the Oredo Integrated Gas Handling Facility will be delivering 240,000 metric tons of commercial-grade liquefied petroleum gas and propane.
In addition to its import institution benefits, that brings us a step closer to self-sufficiency in liquefied petroleum gas production and also supporting the growth of small and medium enterprises in the host communities. This project will create hundreds of direct and indirect employment opportunities for our teeming youth, both skilled and unskilled.
President Buhari also takes pride in the accomplishments of key gas infrastructure projects like the Obiafu, Obricon Urban, OB3 and Escravos Lagos Pipeline System 2, as well as the flag off of the construction of the 614-kilometer Ajakuta Kaduna Kano gas pipeline project. From the State House, Adam Musambo, NTA News.
To security matters now. Following the successes of Exercise Sahel Sanity in the northwest region of the country, the Nigerian Army has extended the duration of the operation by 3 months. The exercise, which began in July, was billed to terminate in December 2020, but will now end in March 2021. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, announced this while on operational visit to the Nigerian Army Special Super Camp in Katsina State. Success recorded, the Army Chief notes, is a demonstration of high-level collaboration between the Army, other services and security agencies in ongoing operations to further stabilize the zone.
Of the 344 boys of students of Government Science Secondary School, Kankara, Katsina State. And of course, it shows the collaborative efforts of all the services and the security agencies in this fight against banditry and other criminalities in this part of the country.
To upscale the operation and prevent criminals from hibernating in the region, Lieutenant General Buratai says more personnel and equipment will be deployed to fortify the operation.
To those that want to keep this country in a state of perpetual insecurity, we will deal with them decisively.
He enjoined the public to cooperate with security agencies by providing timely and credible information to facilitate proactive operation. And the Air Task Force of Operation Lafia Dole has again destroyed several vehicles and gun trucks of Boko Haram terrorists in Borno State, according to the Defense Media Coordinator Major General John Enenche. This is yet another blow on insurgents operating in the northeast of the country with the elimination and destruction of their weaponry. The Directorate of Defense Media Operations says this was achieved sequel to intelligence reports that the terrorists in about 7 gun trucks had attempted to breach a settlement in Mafa local government area of the state. Nigerian Air Force helicopter gunships engaged the terrorists, destroying 2 of the gun trucks and neutralizing several terrorists. Meanwhile, the Defense Headquarters has promised to investigate the allegation that troops of Operation Lafia Dole are involved in extortion at checkpoints on major roads in Borno State. Governor Babagana Zulum of Borno had on Monday, 21st December, alleged that security personnel, including soldiers, were collecting money from travelers on major roads in the state to the detriment of their duties. The Coordinator Defense Media Operations Major General John Enenche, in a statement, says the armed forces of Nigeria have internal mechanisms to check erring personnel and sanction them appropriately. Major General Enenche notes that reported cases of extortion from the public and had always been investigated and given the desired attention. He, however, faulted what he described as the open-air accusation to tag gallant Nigerian Army personnel as extortionists in checkpoints in Borno. So, talking security matters, a petition against the operatives of patrol and guard of the Bidda Air Division of the Nigeria Police Force, Bidda Area Commander's Office, alleging brutalization and assault has been filed before the Judicial Commission of Inquiry sitting in Minna, Niger State. The petitioner, a young man, Haruna Aliyu Abubakar, says the assault maimed him. Mukhtar Abubakar reports that the young man is asking for medical care abroad as part of his compensation.
Aliyu Abubakar alleged that he walked like every normal person before the incident of the 4th of August this year when he was assaulted by some police personnel in Bida local government area of Niger State when he was relaxing with his fiancée, now his wife, at the social welfare garden in Bida.
They started hitting me, particularly on my head, my hand, to the point that these hands could not really hold anything again. So one of them still came from the back and then hit me on the knee. So when I tried to get up, the leg cannot carry me anymore. So I now inspect the knee and I found out that the kneecap had broke into two. I'm still battling with my knee, so I had requested that the commission take responsibility for my treatment, and I preferred a foreign medical treatment.
The commission's witness, who is a legal practitioner, told the commission that he secured the unconditional release of the complainant. Counsel to the Niger State Police Command, however, cross-examined the witness, suggesting to him that his name was never mentioned anywhere in the petition before the commission and the area commander's office, BIDA. The witness, while interacting with the members of the panel, advocated the need for continuous training of the police personnel on how to handle suspects with dignity. Emina Mokhtar Abubakaru, NTA News.
Let's now join Hingino John Adams in our Lagos Network Center for reports trending from that end. Hello, Hingino.
Thank you, Joseph. An eagle-eye surveillance approach will be adopted in the monitoring of safety compliance to traffic signs on the Lagos-Ibadan corridor during and after the festive periods. The systematic approach, safety officials say, is geared towards reducing road carnage on the expressway. Abolade Salami reports.
The 112 kilometers Lagos-Ibadan road stretch is regarded as one of the most busy corridor in the southwest, owing to its peculiarity as regards high volume of articulated and commercial vehicles plying the road to either lift petroleum products or engage in inter- and intra-state activities.
The long bridge on the Lagos-Ibadan corridor is usually a beehive of activity, but as you can see from my rear, vehicles are having it all free. Vehicles coming in from other states into Lagos are having a jolly ride. Same applies for vehicles exiting Lagos going to other states. And the information we gathered from engineers on ground here is that they removed most of the barricades that were causing traffic just to ease gridlock on the road.
With the road expansion project embarked upon by the federal government to decongest traffic on the corridor, most drivers plying the route do not obey the safety measures put in place to checkmate carnage in the access. In a bid to ensure safety during and after the festive periods, the Federal Safety Corps and National Emergency Management Agency officials are combing the corridor to ensure all obstructions are taken off the road.
We have about three things to actually achieve here. Smooth movement, reducing road traffic crashes, and the backlash to Lagos to make Lagos Metropolis gridlock eased off. Those are the major things we actually want to achieve with this assessment.
While all efforts are geared towards free flow of traffic, the need for safe driving has also been re-emphasized.
We have about 500 trained volunteers who can respond on their own till statutory agencies get to a place. So at any time, if there is any emergency, we are capable.
The synergy between road safety officials and emergency responders, all agreed, will go a long way in saving lives in case of emergencies. In Lagos, Abolade Salami, NTA News.
Talking security now. The Nigerian military remains resolute in its determination to enhance the welfare of its personnel before and after retirement. The Chief of Defense Staff made this remark at the Nigerian Armed Forces Resettlement Center during the passing out ceremony of Trainees Course 02 2020 in Lagos. Lynn Leneke reports.
These military personnel have served their fatherland, and it's time to disengage from service. The Nigerian Armed Forces have equipped them with relevant vocational and management skills to enable them to integrate into civil society. Speaking from this perspective, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Abayomi Gabriel Olonishaki, stressed that welfare of personnel is a priority to the federal government, adding that the federal government is not resting on its oars at restoring security to troubled regions in the country.
As our ambassadors, I believe you are all capable of excelling in your future endeavors and positively influence your environment for the economic, social and political benefits of our dear country.
The Commandant Nafric harped on the need for retirees to be security conscious and make positive contributions to nation building.
All other courses you have attended while in service, this one was specifically geared towards your personal self-development. Your successful completion of the course is a testament of your determination, commitment, and discipline in the past 35 years of active service to our dear nation.
Nafric is charged with the responsibility of imparting skills relevant to the resettlement needs of retiring military personnel in the country. In Lagos, Lynn Lenake, NTA News.
Away from security now, highlighting the Yoruba culture, benefits of ending desperation, pains of losing a mother at a tender age, and ensuring sustainability of the rich and diverse cultural heritage of Nigeria are some of the interesting features written by some young, promising pupils and students of the University of Lagos Staff School Creative Club. Diana Ajali who was at the formal presentation of the storybooks to the public, reports that the authors were between the ages of 9 and 13.
The 9 different storybooks titled A Wife Is Not Enough, Behind the Walls, Tears on Blood, Stench That Scales, Shadow in a Hole, There Is More Ahead, among others, all written with captivating words, are educating and entertaining in various ways for the pleasures of all readers.
If you read this book, you know that you are not meant to be desperate, that they should never go out in the night without an adult or their parents. I want people to buy it because it teaches children to always stand out among others. In everything you do, you must be honest. Never give up in God.
These young authors were able to prove their mettle in writing through the supervision of a senior teacher of the University of Lagos Staff School, Ifetayo Ambali. In his message to the event, Vice Chancellor, University of Lagos, urged parents and Nigerians in general to imbibe the culture of promoting the nation's diverse and rich cultural heritage, especially among the younger generation.
I'm glad that these children have come up with brilliant ideas on generating locally formulated stories. We are trying to find a way to get to these children so that we can go back to where we started from, so that our values will be brought back.
Send the books to various primary schools so that other children can read it and develop writing.
The book also portrays the good characters, virtues, that should be seen in the life of the children.
Book reviewers describe the books as a must-read and recommend them to schools and public libraries. In Lagos, Diana Ajali, NTA News.
It's now time for a break. Nationwide continues shortly.
The Council of Our Fathers.
I will urge and advise our younger generation to use talent and brain to sort out problems, not arms.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation together.
Una don hear say dem dey rape about 35% of them girl pikin, and even them women sef. Some of them, they even die in the process. Emotional trauma, uncle, it dey make some of them be like say they no dey this one again, they don't go, but they still they live like ghosts. Some of them, shame don't kuku make them go kill themselves. It no good oh. This no be our culture. It no fit be the African way. Why we can't allow this kind of yeye to enjoy body with us so they loud well. If you know they fear law where man put, you know they fear Baba God there. You self, you where they cover mouth so you see mini wana they happen. You know why here when the Oyibo talk say problem where they bring come out, they solve and sharply. Remember, person wey feel rape, if it's a key person, if it be you, if it be your pikin, if it be person them where you love well. So make we learn they carry women then like diamond where we be. No grief for rape
from dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day. NTA International is with you in your living room, office, everywhere and anywhere. We provide the company you desire in terms of balanced and up-to-date news, programs and the best of entertainment. Tune in to DSTV channel 251, GoTV channel 91, Preview UK channel 264, or you can download www.visiontv.co.uk. App for iOS or Android, Intelsat 901 degree east. You can also see us on Facebook and YouTube for quality content on the go. NTA International, Africa's window to the world.
Although social media as a channel of communication is inherently harmless, it becomes harmful and damaging when used without discretion and thoughtfulness. Bad social media users spread rumors and fake news without verification. But good social media users stop, reflect, and verify information before sharing it. Be a good social media user. Stop the spread of fake news. Verify the authenticity of your source and use social media responsibly for a better Nigeria. This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, in collaboration with the National Orientation Agency.
After a 7-goal demolition at the hands of the champions last time out, will Crystal Palace enjoy a Merry Christmas when they visit Villa Park? This Saturday, it's Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace on the Premier League Live, showing on the NTA network from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Axis Bank, Baba Ijebu, Lipton, and Close Up, in association with Goal.com.
You're still watching NTA Nationwide, and we are back in Abuja. But for now, let's take you to Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital, because the governor, Udom Emmanuel, has applauded the federal government for approving the Ibom deep sea port, saying the project will further boost the socio-economic development of the south and southeast region of the country when completed. Governor Udom, who stated this in a chat with journalists in Uyo, sued for the sustained partnership with the media for the industrialization efforts of his administration. Kelvin Samuel reports.
The design and location of Ibom Deep Sea Port, which has since been made public, is to include an industrial estate to be undertaken by the state government in collaboration with private investors. The governor explained that the economic enhancing project, which will touch about 6 local government areas of the state, will not only provide employment opportunities but also enhance revenue generation for both state and federal government. While suing for peace and unity in the state, the governor reassured that all ongoing projects will be completed with specifications and standards for durability. He advised the people to take the issue of coronavirus seriously by observing all guidelines and protocols in the second wave of the pandemic.
We will get there. It's small by small. As we are starting, let's start together. Let nothing divide us. As Nigeria was praying, let nothing we can move better.
The interactive section attracted questions and observations by journalists. The governor hosted journalists to brief them on the recent development in the state. In Uyo, Kelvin Samuel, NTA News.
The National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency, NOSTRA, is engaging multinational oil companies to provide contingency plans in the event of any oil spill. Director General of NOSTRA, Idris Musa, gave the directive during a meeting with stakeholders in the oil industry in Abuja. The NOSTRA boss reminds the operators in the industry to fully implement the National Contingency Framework Plan to avoid damaging the environment.
National oil company or national oil company all have to have their contingency plan ready for activation at any point in time. But I can assure you that with the crop of people we have in the international oil companies, Nigerian oil companies and the other stakeholders, we should be in a position, or we are in a position to combat such peace if it happens now. And that is the essence of testing this virtually and see what we can do.
Jos Network Center is our next stop, and we have Frama as a guide.
Hello, Joseph, and welcome to Jos. Plateau State Government has inaugurated over 500 special police constables to complement the efforts of the conventional police in fighting crimes. With the inauguration, Governor Lalong expressed delight that the state is the pilot state for the federal government community police initiative. Priscilla Grumnan reports.
Having undergone 2 months training, these 595 special police constables drawn from the 17 local government areas of Plateau State are ready and willing to deploy their skills in complementing the conventional police towards strengthening security in the country.
That the public will seize this opportunity to expose criminal activities in their areas, make their communities unsafe for criminals to cohabit with you. The community policing will create room for significant contributions to the prevention and detection of crime by other stakeholders, particularly the community members.
We accord all the necessary support to see that this community policing actually worked the way it's supposed to be.
Plateau State government says it is determined to ensuring a safe and secure state, and that is why it is investing in personnel that will add value to security of lives and property.
While I assure the special constables of government protection and support in ensuring they have all the necessary tools to operate, I wish to caution that you conduct yourself strictly within the code of conduct and rules of engagement.
The special police constables are expected to operate within their local communities in the areas of crime detection and prevention, as well as intelligence gathering, among other mandates. From the Government House in Little Rayfield, Priscilla Grumnan, NTA News.
Plateau State Government has restated commitment to ensuring the welfare of war veterans and families of fallen heroes who made the supreme sacrifices for the nation. This was at the 2021 Armed Forces Remembrance Day and Emblem Appeal Fund held in Jos. Again, Priscilla Grumnan has details.
The Emblem Appeal Fund launch is a yearly event to raise funds in support of families of war veterans. While sacrifices of the war veterans and those still in the front lines to ensure the collective security of the nation were acknowledged, they are asking for better welfare packages that will ameliorate their challenges.
Allocation of plots of land for the serving, retired and the discharged military personnel who are willing to reside on the plateau.
On the part of Plateau State government, no amount of contribution and honor is too much for the gallant officers and men who made the supreme sacrifice to keep the state and country safe and united.
We are today not alive to commemorate this event, while others bear the scars of their gallantry, which they incurred while in active service. This launch, which marks the beginning of the sales of the emblem, will therefore enable us to honor our compatriots and fallen heroes in the most appropriate way.
Financial support came from the state government, legislative and the judiciary, the state executive council, different security agencies, and the traditional institution. From the Government House in Little Rayfield, Priscilla Grumnan, NTA News.
And that's our contribution from Jos. Nationwide continues with Joseph in Abuja.
Thank you, Frama. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control has announced 356 new cases of COVID-19 in 14 states and the FCT. Of this number, 79 are in FCT, 59 in Lagos, 56 in Kaduna, 30 in Nasarawa, and 25 in Kano State. Others are 18 in Edo, Gombe has 14 new infections, Kebbi has 12, Akwa Ibom, Rivers, and Sokoto have 7 each. Abia has 3, while Ogun and Cross River states have 1 each. With these new figures, Nigeria has 78,790 confirmed cases of COVID-19, out of which 68,483 were treated and discharged, while 1,227 died of the virus. Civil servants below grade level 14 in Kaduna State have complied with government directive to work from home. Haruna Mohammed says ministries and parastatals ensured compliance with COVID-19 safety protocols.
The directive is coming on the heels of growing concern over the second wave of COVID-19, which placed Kaduna State among danger lists. Junior and middle cadre workers directed to work from home complied with the directive, while those on duty are in strict compliance with COVID-19 safety measures. Safety equipment such as thermometer, hand washing facilities have been provided in all government offices.
Not just Kaduna State, but government Nigerian, indeed, governments around the world have suffered negatively from the impact of this economically. So there's a reason for governance to continue.
It's a very good development for that because it is very important to save lives.
However, in public places, there is total disregard to safety protocols as people defy government directives regarding the use of face masks and physical distancing. In Kaduna, Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
Federal government is putting in place measures to sustain the peak power generation achieved in the electricity industry in 2020 for the socio-economic well-being of Nigerians. Minister of Power Salim Ahmed gave the assurance in Osogbo during an assessment tour of the National Control Center. Correspondent Tokba Alabi reports.
The National Control Center here in Osogbo, the Osun State capital, is the operational nucleus of the Nigerian electric power grid. Nigeria's Minister of Power, Salim Ahmed, believes harnessing collective commitment can herald a reliable and adequate electricity supply system for the much-needed nation's economic transformation.
The major problem they have here is a SCADA EMS that is not fully inactive, because most of our source stations 330, 132 are not scheduled, they are not well connected. So by the time they are all connected, we may have less problem of understanding what is happening in the distribution company or what is happening in our generation stations.
The country has attained a power peak generation of 5,520.40 megawatts since October 2020, with a maximum daily energy generation of 115,067.78 megawatts since December 2020. In Osogbo, Tokpe Alabi, NTA News.
As efforts to meet food security challenges continue in the face of extreme weather conditions, strengthening existing framework will enhance progress in the agricultural sector to better feed the nation, mitigate climate change, and boost economy. In this report, Kemi Oshin takes a look at efforts to achieve this goal as experts interface on the registration and release of improved seedlings for farmers in the year 2020.
Furtherance of federal government's efforts on food security, stakeholders have continued goal-oriented synergy, resulting in various achievements, especially in the area of crop seed varieties and livestock breeds. Some of these seeds in the form of maize with 90 to 100 early maturity dates, as well as cassava that can favorably compete with yam for consumption and industrial use, were among others considered for registration and release by the National Varietal Release Body for year 2020.
This is the meeting that officially recognizes any new varieties that is developed in Nigeria.
Every time we meet here, our scientists bring new varieties.
We can do better, we can improve on what we are doing presently.
In view of growing population and nutritional food demand, the farmer is faced with the task of choosing the right seedling.
You cannot compromise the quality of what we are eating. So it's not just about the quantity.
Stakeholders are unanimous on the need for the National Committee on Registration and Release of Crops to continue providing guidelines guidelines for assessing best quality seeds and livestock breeds for farmers. In Ibadan, Kemi Oshin, NTA News.
In the meantime, economic experts are calling for more attention on agriculture and the oil and gas sectors to tackle inflation rate and achieve economic recovery. This was while discussing passage of 2021 appropriation bill on NTA's Good Morning Nigeria. Ekemini Williams has more.
The National Assembly has been widely applauded for speedy passage of the 13.5 trillion 2021 appropriation bill, tagged Budgets of Economic Recovery and Resilience, with 5.6 trillion budget estimates for recurrent, 4.1 trillion for capital expenditure, 3.3 trillion to debt service, and 496.5 billion to statutory transfers. The 2021 appropriation bill targets development in the areas of health, rehabilitation, security, agriculture, and education.
And at a time of recession, you expect expansionary policy, which is go after anything that can support job, because the private sector tend to withdraw during recession from investing because they are not sure, so they hold back. So government has to kick in to support investment in capital works and keep the jobs out there. I've always said that the optimal budget for Nigeria should be in the region of 30 trillion, not 13.
Roads must link up for economic purpose. You must move from an economic source and deliver to another economic source. And that is why, for instance, the Lagos-Ibadan railway line was supposed to be a passenger carriage from Edo to Ibadan. But now, the federal government said it's better you link it to the ports. That is where you get the economic purpose. And the same thing should be replicated on our roads. So no matter what the federal government is doing, if we have development just only on our highways, it will not impact economic growth going into the urban, into the rural areas.
The guest also advised Nigerians to take the budget in good faith, as it is in the overall interest of the country. In Abuja, Ekemini Williams, NTA News.
Let's just take some messages now. Stay with us.
Youths are about the greatest assets the country has at the moment. It is therefore not surprising that the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari is strategically responding to the yearnings of the youth through multiple projects and programs. Youth entrepreneurship support, yes, by Bank of Industry, the Youth Investment Fund by the CBN, and several other conditional cash transfer programs. Recruitment of 774,000 social workers, majority of whom are youths, and so many other projects that are beneficial to youths directly or indirectly. If the administration can do all this, definitely with a degree of patience and time, it can achieve more. Nigerian youths must come together to say no to terrorism, no to vandalism, and no to all disruptive tendencies. Hashtag Youth for Greater Nigeria. Pacifying the youths, unifying the nation.
Life can be very eventful. We curiously expect things to happen, even when we don't know what. Our human nature makes us like and repost lots of information. Some are unverified, inciting anger and hate. Sometimes innocently, other times the urge to break it first. This, in most cases, has caused destruction in many nations.
NTA News 24, a 24-hour news station brings to you news and happenings 7 days a week.
News at 10 a.m., news update at 11 and 1 p.m.
News desk at 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. and late evening news at 11 p.m.
Follow us on any of our platforms and keep abreast of events and current affairs within and outside our shores.
We are on DSTV channel 419, GoTV channel 46,
StarTimes channel 101, and Free TV channel 703. Join us.
After a 7-goal demolition at the hands of the champions last time out, will Crystal Palace enjoy a Merry Christmas when they visit Villa Park? This Saturday, it's Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace on the Premier League Live, showing on the NTA network from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Axis Bank, Baba Ijebu, Lipton, and Close Up, in association with Goal.com.
The Benue State Governor Samuel Otom has inaugurated a school and 4 road projects in Benue South Senatorial District with a promise to do more. The projects are in Otukbo and Agatu local government areas. Charles Sabah reports.
That was the cutting of tape that raised the curtain for the inauguration of school and 4 road projects in the Benue South Senatorial District by Governor Samuel Otom. Governor Samuel Otom explained his administration's commitment to execute projects that will continue to impact positively on the lives of Benue people.
I want to congratulate the people of Zonsi for this road and to say that it is our desire to do more. We have seen the decayed structure and the dilapidated roads that are here, especially in the headquarters of the Doma nation.
The governor had paid homage to the paramount ruler of the Idama nation, His Royal Majesty Chief Ikoyi Obekba, during his working visit to the area. From Otukbo, Charles Abba, NTA News.
The federal government's Community and Social Development Program has implemented 17,048 micro-projects across the country since inception. This was disclosed when the project coordinator visited the Oyo State Governor at the Governor's office in Ibadan, Oyo State Capital.
The visit was to appreciate the state government for supporting community and social development program in Oyo State and the government for releasing the sum of 72 million naira contribution to the project in the state.
We must appreciate the state government for the quality of support, not just now that we have been giving consistently to the agency. We are also aware that about 72 million naira has also been given to the state agency to continue to sustain their operations.
The governor, represented by the secretary to the state government, Mrs. Olubumi Adiosun, reiterated the commitment of the state government to the World Bank-assisted project in the states. The intervention of Community and Social Development Program has provided good roads, potable water, and health facilities to rural dwellers to achieve Mr. President's vision of lifting 100 million people out of poverty in the next 10 years. In Ibadan, Wofia and Masham Badmos, NTA News.
Nigerian Copyright Commission (NCC) has urged stakeholders in the entertainment industry to leverage the Alternative Dispute Resolution (ADR) mechanism for speedy resolution of disputes in view of the time-consuming, cost-intensive and highly technical nature of copyright and intellectual property litigations. The Director General of NCC, Mr. John Nasein, stated this in his remarks at a webinar on mediation and arbitration for entertainment disputes organized by the Commission in collaboration with the World Intellectual Property Organization Nigeria office recently. He said cases in the entertainment industry deal with aspects of law that are peculiar and fairly technical, which the regular courts may not always be well equipped to handle. The Director General said that the NCC is poised to put in place an appropriate ADR framework to make it easier for parties to resolve disputes rather than rely on the traditional court system. 300 widows and orphans across Nasarawa State took end-of-the-year package comprising assorted food items, courtesy Nasarawa State Governor's wife, Silifat Abdullahi Sule. Abigail Bashir reports.
Zinat Elayo, mother of 3 and 5-year-old Favor Obadia, appreciates the gesture.
I've never received anything of this nature, but with the coming of this government, true, I really appreciate.
I thank you for giving me this gift. As I'm going to go back to school, I'll use it well.
The founder of Silifat Abdullahi Sule Hope Foundation says as the year draws to an end, there's every reason to appreciate God for the gift of life and identify with the needy. She enjoined them to intensify efforts towards sustaining peace and harmony in their various localities and be more attentive to the welfare of their children. Stakeholders lauded the initiative and called on public-spirited individuals to do same. In Lafia, Abigail Bashi, NTA.
President Muhammadu Buhari has extended the mandate of the Presidential Task Force PTF on COVID-19 till the end of March 2021, bearing in mind the new surge in the number of cases and the bid for vaccines. In a statement by his special advisor to the President's Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, the President says Nigeria now faces a rise in the number of cases with new epicenters emerging. Therefore, the country cannot afford to lose the gains made in the last few months. Therefore, all subnational entities, religious and traditional rulers, as well as other leaders of thought, must collaborate with the PTF by embarking on risk communication and community engagement at all levels. The President urges Nigerians to remain vigilant and safe by obeying all COVID-19 protocols. Let's bring you sports news now.
During an interactive session with journalists in Lagos, the Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Dari, said adopting an holistic